2024 is officially almost over. Probably got a couple weeks left. And one of the main reasons that I wanted to get up on this YouTube and speak to y'all today is to really emphasize the importance of not allowing life to pass you by. Because for a lot of us, this year was challenging. It was so many different moving parts, but you just got to make adjustments with life and whatever may be thrown at you, no matter what it is. So that form of being able to improvise or being able to make those adjustments so that you put yourself in a better position is always going to be mandatory. But my question to y'all today is, what did you do this year that separates you from the previous years? And if you can't think of something automatically off the top of your head, the progression that you should have made or the things that you've done to completely transform and change your life, then we got to have a different approach next year. Because one thing that we can't do is allow life to pass us by. As quick as time is going, as quick as opportunities come in and out of our lives, we have the power to change anything that's going on around us. That's why I feel like it's very important that we start holding ourselves accountable and really start being way more intentional with not only our time, but the resources that we have and everything that may be going on around us. Because believe it or not, there are some people that are going to wake up today and choose not to be great. I was watching this video the other day and it said that we got the same 24 hours as Michael Jackson and some people still woke up and chose to be nobody. As harsh as that may sound, it's very true, because you have a choice when you wake up. You have a choice to be great, or you have a choice to just be in the same position that you are in. But the only thing that's really going to separate you from your past self is you being able to take accountability and really just change whatever it is that is not helping you reach that next level. If you have any bad habits or anything that's stopping you from reaching that point of success that you may want to reach, you need to transform yourself and find a new identity. And habits are built, the foundation of habit formation is in 4 stages. It's cue, cravings, response, and reward. And I read this in Atomic Habits. If you haven't read that yet, go check it out. But the cue is initially the thing that it's the initial craving, whatever puts you in a position, the motivation that makes you want to do something. So for example, when your phone buzzes, that is the cue. That is something that gets your attention, that makes you want to go on social media. Craving is that feeling that you get considering that form of pleasure. Response is the potential outcome of you picking up your phone, scrolling on social media, and then getting that dopamine hit that you may get from seeing something that you may be interested in, whether it's a message or just that social interaction. And then reward is the actual reward itself. But if you want to change your habits, you got to first start by changing your identity. And you change your identity by understanding how habits are formed, and then pretty much just working backwards to avoid putting yourself in a position where you may have those cue or those cravings or those things that sparks that initial interest in you doing something that you may not, or you don't necessarily need to be doing in the first place. We do not have any more time to waste. If you are not where you want to be, odds are you are choosing not to be where you want to be. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to go back to school or to start a business, I'm here to tell you today that there is never going to be a perfect moment. There is never going to be a moment in your life where you have everything just so mapped out to the point where you finally feel comfortable enough to do something. You know why? Because life itself is so unpredictable, and there's so many different random things that can happen at any moment. You could lose somebody, you could go through, health problems, and then y'all seen COVID come around. These are all things that are unexpected, and they could put you in a position mentally, if you allow it, to postpone everything that you told yourself that you were going to do. That's why I feel like I'm a firm believer in, the perfect time is now. The perfect time to do anything or to start anything is now. Do not wait for New Year's and make 10, 15 New Year's resolutions and tell yourself that you're going to stick to something. But even if that is you, the way that you actually do stick to something is starting small, eliminating the whole idea of the end goal itself and focusing on the type of person that you need to be that has a direct correlation on that outcome. So what type of person is somebody who goes to the gym? Well, we know they may eat well. We know that they may value health and things of that sort. So you focus on becoming that type of person, and then naturally that end goal will fall into place. My life really dramatically changed when I stopped waiting. when I stop waiting on validation from others, when I stop waiting on that perfect moment or that perfect time to do something, and I realize that all I really do have is this very moment. 2025 has to be your year. If you slacked off this year, you got to work twice as hard next year to make up, because the people that in your competition, the people that's already been on this journey, they're already ahead of you. They've been working all year. They've been putting in the work. They've been grinding. So they have that experience. They have that experience over you. And in order for you to catch up, you're just going to have to work twice as hard. But there's no problem with that. The only problem is if you don't take accountability and start. The one thing that I feel like holds so many people back is the idea of potentially failing. But no matter who you are going to fail. If you understand that and you get comfortable failing, not necessarily saying that you have to just accept failure, but if you can get comfortable with things going either way, then that will dramatically change your win to lose ratio. I myself am not afraid to fail. So if I go through certain losses or if I go through certain hardships, I understand that the end goal is way more worthwhile than the emotions that I'm feeling at this very moment. Perseverance is the key to a lot of forms of success, but don't allow yourself to get so consumed by this version of failure that it stops you from continuing to pursue anything that you may want to pursue in the future, because that happens to a lot of people. I remember when I was in high school, and even myself, I was somebody who necessarily wasn't the best person in the room, but I was way more talented than a lot of people may have believed I was. Let's just say that. But when I went in freshman year, played basketball, I don't know if I made freshman or JV, but I'm pretty sure I made freshman, which is obviously like the bare minimum. And at that moment, me going into high school thinking that I was going to make varsity, I automatically took that to the chin. Like I was like, man, all the work that I've been putting in, this is the potential that they see in me. Okay. And it hit me. And I didn't realize at that very moment that just because you face some form of failure doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end. You may feel like quitting, you may feel like giving up, but if you give up, then the enemy actually does win. You can't let any form of failure hold you back. Even if you haven't been working, if you haven't been grinding, you could start tomorrow and outwork everybody that's already been working. You could wake up today and just decide like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna give my life 100%. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of acting like I had a time. Right now, I'm finna really grind and put in the work and watch where I end up. And I guarantee with the consistency and the persistence, you will come on top. The only thing that separates a loser from a winner is a winner just did not quit. A winner did not quit. They allowed themselves the time. They allowed themselves to go through whatever difficulties that they needed to go through in order to acquire that form of success. If you're faced with something right now, any type of challenge, any type of hardship, you need to understand that not only are you running out of time, but time is indeed limited. Use each and everything that you're going through as motivation, but you cannot wait anymore. 2024, we got a couple weeks left, like I mentioned before. And rather than wait until New Year's, start now, give yourself a head start. So when the year comes, you are already in your routine. You already got things going. If you want to get into the gym, start right now. When the new year comes, you will already be 2, 3, 4 steps ahead than everybody else that's going to be going on January 1st. You got to really understand this, that so many people are stuck in this mindset of just waiting on the perfect time, when in reality, we do not have a sense of when our time is going to end here or when we may expire. So when could the perfect time possibly be? If life itself is so unpredictable, if we don't know whether we're going left or right, we're just going based off our experiences, how much time do we truly have? And I don't know about y'all, but with me not knowing how much time I have, then I'm going to do what I can each and every day to try to make my impact on the world, because I just do not know. There's nothing wrong with not knowing, but you need to take what you do know and then apply that. And what I do know is that I'm here today. What we do know is that if you're watching this video, you are here today, which means that you have an opportunity to be great at this very moment. You have an opportunity to transform and change your life right now. Forget about tomorrow, forget about next week, but do not allow life to pass you by. Do not allow yourself to play yourself out of positions that could potentially change your life. If you have potential to be great, if you may be skilled at something, you holding back, whether you're a singer or artist or really just creative, a fashion designer. These are all things that you need to apply. I got this friend on social media, and she's really good at art, and I've always seen her post her art, but I always tell her, like, why don't you just take it serious? Why don't you just fully lock in for a year, 2 years, whatever it may be, and see where you can go? But this talent that you have is actually worth something. It's something that's valuable, and I believe that the world should see it. And she just always says, I'm gonna do it one day, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. And to me, man, she's just selling herself short because she's not giving herself the credit that she deserves. So I want each and every last one of you to give yourself the credit that you deserve. See the potential in yourself, even if nobody sees it. It does not matter. But right now, you have to believe in yourself so that you can actually start. Once you start, everything else will fall into place. Once you get that little bit of motivation and you can actually get that boost from that progression, or from that point where you may not have, or you may have little to no support, then you're going to feel everything that you need to feel in order to persevere. But just keep in mind that when you finally do get started, you may not have the support that you want, but that's okay. That's where you have to have a great enough or a strong enough foundation to where it doesn't matter who's supporting you. You're not going to quit because you believe in your potential. You see where you can be as long as you persist. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.